All right, guys. So first of all, I just like to say welcome to our Tuesday night Zoom. I am super, super excited for all of you that are on here. And, this has been a crazy journey for my wife and I. We actually started 4.5 years ago. But like a lot of you, we just wanted to make a little bit of extra money. We're thinking a couple extra $100 and we'd be happy. Well, our first month we made over $800 just in wrap cash, just in profiting from just wrapping people. And that's when we knew we had our hands on something really, really special. Month two, we ended up promoting all the way to diamond, about $2,000 monthly on average pay. And then from there, we kind of sat there for a while. And then 8 months in, we actually quadrupled my Army pay. I was able to walk away from my Army career after 10 years to do this business full time. So for the last 3 years, my wife and I and our 3 kids have been a full-time family. We do everything together. Today or yesterday, our horse actually had an accident. So my wife currently, she could get home any minute, but right now she's on her way back from taking the horse to the hospital, and he's going to be fine. He's going to not be able to ride him for like 2 to 3 months, but we're just happy that he's going to recover from this. So super, super excited. So what I want to do tonight, I want to give you guys the basics and what you need to get off on a good start with this company so that you can be successful. Okay, so I'm going to bring a couple ladies on here, and I want you guys to understand, first of all, that it's okay to be a copycat if you copy the right cat. And these 2 ladies you're going to hear from tonight have already had incredible success with It Works. I'm talking top of the top of the top, best of the best in the company. We're talking 160,000 or so in the company, and both these ladies last year earned enough money to be in like the top 150 in the whole entire company. So what they say isn't theory. What they say actually works. It's what they do every day. And so we're going to get into some of this and share with you guys so that you can get off to a great start. So the first person I want to bring on, someone who just turned 23, guys. 23, made multiple 6 figures last year. No business background, no business experience. So Brooke, will you come on here and just share like the short version of your story and then go into some of your best tips?
First of all, I turned 22.
Oops. Fail on my
22. So when I found this business, I was 19 years old. My husband and I had just moved across the world. We're from Missouri. We moved to Alaska. That's a 13-hour flight. And it was for the military. Knew nobody, had never done anything like this. We just were struggling. We were teen parents. We had a 7-month-old little boy. And we were in the military. So found this business 17 days after I moved to Alaska. Everybody told us not to do it. Everybody told us it was a scam. Everybody talked down on us for even telling them that we were thinking about doing this. And I signed up 5 days after I met Jamie. So I want you guys to know I didn't have a house at the time. We lived in a military hotel. We had just bought in a car because we didn't even have a car. We had no we had no Wi-Fi. We had no refrigerator. We lived in a hotel when we started this business, and I didn't know one single person in Alaska. Okay. And from there, it's just, I've been in the company for almost 3 years now. Now today, my husband's at home with me every single day. He's actually upstairs babysitting. I guess it's not babysitting when you watch your own kids, but he's taking care of the boys upstairs. We've been a full-time family for the last 365 days. We bought a house with cash. Like I said, I just turned 22 last weekend. And he's actually only 23. We completely own our time. We do what we want when we want. We take care of our boys. It's crazy that all of our friends are just like, it's so sad. Like a lot of them are struggling. A lot of them go out and party all the time. And here we are, we're planning for our kids' future. We're setting up, what is it called? Saving accounts for their future, for their college, for their first car. And it's just crazy what this business has been able to do for us. So 19 when I started 17 days after moving to Alaska, didn't know anybody, lived in a hotel, and was a top 150 income earner within less than 2 years in the company. So super excited. I'm going to talk to you guys just a little bit about social media. I know all of you guys are new, so I'm just so excited you guys signed up. Welcome to our team. We have like the best team. Okay, we have the best training. And so I'm just going to talk to you about social media. These are my personal rule of thumb, and this is what I teach my team to do. So if you have pen and paper, I'll get that out and take some notes. So what I do, 2 posts a day about the business. So I say 2 lifestyle posts, okay? I'm going to give you some examples of those. Let's say that you're at the gas station and you're pumping your gas. You could simply pull out a Blitz card, just like this. Okay, you get these when you sign up. Pull out a Blitz card, take your phone, and take a picture of you pumping your gas. Like, just, you don't even have to be in the picture. Just pull this and take a picture of this in front of the gas and say, I'm just so glad that I was able to, you know, put an extra $25 in my tank because I sold a wrap last week or something. That's a lifestyle post. You're talking about how the business is impacting your life. It could be as simple as, some people say, well, I just got started, so I don't know what I can post. Well, guess what? We all got started at one point. So even if you go to the grocery store and you buy the most expensive laundry soap because you made an extra $10, an extra $25, post that. Because I guarantee you somebody on your Facebook page is buying the most cheapest laundry soap because they're broke, because they're couponing. So post that you're able to buy the most expensive laundry soap that you want and it smells so good. Go post your Starbucks coffee. Post a picture of your kids playing at the park and just saying how thankful you are to be with them and that you can't wait, you know, because you just started. So say, I can't wait until every day can look like this. You know, you just have to kind of think outside of the box. Those are just a couple examples of things you could post. If you don't have kids, you can post pictures of your pets. You can post pictures of your team. You can post pictures of things that you want to work towards. I posted a picture of a house earlier today of something that I want my family to live in. So post your goals, talk about where you're going, just talk it up on social media, anything that has to do with your life, okay? So I do 2 of those a day. I don't do them like, so let's say in the morning I'm going to do 1 and then middle of the day I'll do 1. And then I do 2 product posts a day. So that could be a variety of different things too. I could be holding the hair, skin, and nails and like take a selfie and say, I'm looking for 2 more people who want to try the hair, skin, and nails with me. Or I could post a before and after picture of a belly. I could post a picture of my shake, me drinking it in the morning. I could post a picture of holding like the greens or something and saying, who wants the detox with me? I could post somebody else's results, or I could share somebody else's testimony. It's anything that has to do with the product. It's just so simple. You can copy and paste my personal testimony with hair, skin, and nails, and you can post that, and that could be your product post. So I teach my team to do 2 of those a day. Again, this could be like middle of the day and nighttime, just 2 of them throughout the day. And then I teach them to do 2 posts a day that have nothing to do with the business, nothing to do with the products, okay? That could be a picture of your kid eating ice cream. That could be a selfie, just you saying, I'm having a great day today. That could be a quote. That could be a picture of animals. That could be pictures of clothes. That could be pictures of shoes, nails, whatever you're inspired by, books, anything, not the business, not the product. So that's 6 posts a day, okay? 2 about the business, 2 about the products, 2 about anything other than those 2 things. And some of you guys, I know when I talk to new distributors, they have a job, they're working, and they're like, how do I post 6 times a day, okay? What I have done, because I have 2 little boys, they're always at home, my husband's at home, we have 3 huge dogs, like a lot's going on. So I use an app called Buffer. It's spelled Buffer, okay? Almost my whole team is doing it. And basically what you do, it's a free app you can download on Android and iPhone, and you can schedule your post out. So literally, like I tell people, people probably think I'm crazy. I lay in bed. When I'm about to go to bed, I pull my phone out. I'm in the covers. My head's on my pillow. And I schedule my 6 posts out for the next day. That's it. It takes me about maybe 20 minutes. I know who I'm going to go follow. Like I get some things from Jaree. I get some things from Noelle. I have different people that I like to follow what they're doing. Maybe I seen somebody posted her own testimony, so I'll snapshot a picture of her throughout the day when I'm working, and then I'll go back to her page later on that night. And so when I'm in bed, under my covers, Andrew will vouch for me, I schedule my 6 posts, and I will not go to bed until those are scheduled. And I'm literally laying in bed, you guys. It's the last thing I do before I fall asleep. That's it. It's so simple. So you can't say that you don't have time to do those 6 posts, because that's really how people are going to start talking to you. They have to see you posting on social media. So that's as far as posting, okay? You're going to want to start adding people on Facebook. I have a video on the team page that goes in depth of like how I find people. But you can search things on the Facebook. Like Facebook is, I think someone said it's almost like the second best thing as far as Google. You can go to Facebook and you can go to the search bar and you can search things. So I sometimes will be like, I want some girls named Rachel on my team. So I'll just go search Rachel and I'll just start adding some Rachels. Or maybe I'll say I want people in Texas. So I'll search Texas and I'll just start adding people from Texas. But I'm adding people on Facebook every day. Not more than, I would say, not more than 10 people a day, not 10 to 15 people a day. You don't want to go crazy with it because you will get in Facebook jail. You don't want that to happen. But I'm adding people every day from all over the United States, from people in Canada, Australia, New Zealand. Literally, when you're working on social media, you can talk to people all over the world. So don't say that you know a lot of people that sell this product, and you know a lot of people that do it. It doesn't matter. You could put every single one of them in my hometown, and the rest of the world's not even going to know what It Works is, because that's how small amount of people that do this. So when you're working on social media and you're adding those people, make sure you're not adding friends of friends. Like, don't add suggested friends. Go add people that you have no mutual friends with. You don't even know these people. Make sense? So those are how I'm adding people every day. So 6 posts a day, adding 10 to 15 people a day. And then really you're just going to want to start copying the right cat. Okay? You can follow me on Facebook. You can follow Jeree on Facebook. You can follow Noelle. Whoever signed you up, you're going to want to follow them on Facebook. And if you see them posting things, it's so simple to like hold your finger down, copy that text, save that picture, and then you can post it tomorrow. I'm a day behind, always. So everything that you see me post on Facebook tomorrow, I took those pictures today. Because I set myself up like that. So tomorrow, go start taking pictures of things throughout your day. Take multiple of them. And then when you're laying in bed tomorrow night, you can choose what ones you want to post. But follow people. Copy the right cats. If you see them posting a product post and you're like, I don't know if I should copy it from them, copy it from them. We're here to help you. And as you have your own personal testimony, you can start sharing that. Once you have your team, you can start sharing those things. But for now, you just want to keep it simple. Make sure you're posting. Make sure that you are adding people. And then my last thing I'm going to say is 30-minute burst, okay? 2 30-minute bursts a day. And I promise you, like, you'll be so happy within a year from now how much money you're making. If you can sit down 2 times a day. I do 30 minutes before my kids wake up and 30 minutes before my kids go to bed. 30 minutes after my kids are asleep, sorry. So once my kids are leaving me alone and I tell Andrew not to bother me, I take 30 minutes 2 times a day and I message people on Facebook. I go to my friends list and I'm nonstop messaging people. And I say this, I go to their page, I see their cover photo, they have this cute little family picture, and I say, hey girl, your family picture is so cute on your cover photo. I was just wondering, have you ever seen me on social media? Would you ever think about making extra money like I do? And then I go to another girl's page, and then I see her picture, or maybe she shared a recipe. And I'm like, hey girl, that recipe looks so good. Have you tried it yet? By the way, have you thought about ever making extra money on social media the way I do? And I do this for 30 minutes straight. People are going to start replying to you. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, thank you. Or yes, I've tried that. They're going to start replying. Don't answer their messages until your 30 minutes is up. And then you just set yourself up for half of the day. You have people that are going to be messaging you. You're going to feel so energized. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to so many people because you just took 30 minutes. I do 2 of those a day. So that's what I do on social media. If there's anything else, Chad, that you want me to say, let me know. But that's pretty much it. I'm so pumped right now.
Let's address this question real quick. It was the last one here that they put in the chat. And I know, sorry guys, we don't have time to get into all these in the chat right now, but I'm jotting them down so we can get to them. Ashlyn asked, adding people you don't know, what do you say when they ask, how do I know you, or why did you add me?
So, okay, when I'm adding people, I try and find people that I can connect with. I'm not going to add somebody who looks like they're a lot older than me. I try and find people that have kids. So when I'm sending friend requests, almost 9 times out of 10, they don't ask me who I am. They just accept my friend request. My page is bright. I have my family on my Facebook page so they see I'm not going to be some creepo. And they just accept my friend request. Like literally almost every single person does. And if they do message me, I know Jeree does it differently. I know everybody kind of has their own thing. When they message me and they ask me that, I just delete it. I don't open it. And I see, like, usually the next day they already accepted my friend request because they're nosy and they want to know who I am. Some people I know, Jeree, like, does something like, oh, I thought maybe I accidentally added you because I seen that you were part of my bit. Or she, like, kind of, what does she say, Chad? I don't know what she says, but I don't respond to them.
She'll usually say something like, oh, aren't we in the same business together? And then they'll say, no. And she'll say, oh, I thought you were a part of It Works. Have you heard of it yet? And then she goes right into the It Works conversation.
But she's sly about it. I'm too scared to do that. I just let them set my friend request.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Brooke, for sharing that. That is great info. And guys, make sure to go to the Black Diamond page, find that video Brooke talked about. All you got to do is go to the search bar and put in Brooke Phillips, and it'll pull up her different posts. And there's an amazing video in there. Next, I want you guys to hear from Noelle, because Noelle, not only is she doing social media, she's also out there. And Noelle's amazing at going out to dinner and meeting the waitress. And a month later, the waitress is part of her team, or going and getting her hair done. And the next month, she's talking to the salon owner about joining her team. So we're going to have Noelle talk for a little bit again. She was our #1 income earner in all 2016 out of 17,000 distributors, and just an incredible human being. And so make sure you guys are paying close attention to what she has to say. So thanks, Noelle, for jumping on here.
Hi. My sister's freaking out next to me. Shouldn't know I was your #1 income earner.
Wait, who's number?
Chad and Jeree's. Not the companies, because that would be amazing. Not that amazing. One day, right? I'd have to beat out Jeree. Hi, guys. My name's Noelle Kruise. I've been in the business for almost 4 years. I heard about this crazy rap thing through Facebook, and I had never heard about the products, never heard about the business. Just like Brooke was talking about, it's so important that you are posting lifestyle posts, product pictures, because I people every day who are on social media, they've never heard of the company, and that just astounds me, because in our world we're like, well, everything I see is It Works. Well, that's because you're a part of It Works. And so you just have to know that there's other people out there who have never heard of this. So when I first started this business, I was looking to bring in an extra $500 to $1,000 a month, and I never heard of the company, never tried the products. I got started, and you guys, I just got to work. I was so excited. I just knew that this vehicle of network marketing was going to do amazing things for my family. And I knew that it was going to allow us a little bit of financial freedom. I had no idea how much financial freedom, but I knew that it was going to make a difference. And so the first thing I did was I got on the phone with my sister, who was interested in the wraps. And she was like, well, what's the feedback on the product? And I was like, well, the products are amazing, and we're joining the business. And I just told her, I was like, we're joining the business. We're going to do this together. And then I called my mom, and I told her the same thing. You need money. Joining the business. Called my aunt, and I told her the same thing. You need money. You're joining my team. And you guys, they did it because they trusted me and because I was honest with them. I literally was like, you are in a position where you can't afford to say no, because what happens if you actually, well, then you're in this exact same position this time next year, and this time 2 years and 3 years down the road. And when you can be brutally honest with people like that in a loving way, they're gonna react, or they're going to respond positively because they know that you care about them. So that was 4 years ago. I went diamond in 3 months. I went double diamond in 4. I went triple diamond in a year, and presidential in 2 years. And it's just been an amazing journey. And I love going out and about and just meeting people. The things, this actually just happened today. So a couple of days ago, I pulled up my big girl panties, and I texted somebody who I've wanted to text for a really long time, but haven't ever. And she was somebody that I haven't seen since I was pregnant with my 2.5-year-old. Okay, so it's been well over 2 years, probably almost 3 years. And she was a stylist. She was a salon gal. She does booth rental. And I actually met her at a Quartermania. So that's a little event. I don't recommend doing Quartermanias, but I do recommend getting out and about in your community and actually finding events that you can plug into, because that is a huge way to meet people out and about in your community. And what I do when I met her, she was another vendor. Of course, I friended her on Facebook, and I got her cell phone, because whenever I meet somebody out and about, I'm going to get their cell phone number, and I'm going to friend them on Facebook. And if you don't get their contact information, I call that a half a blitz. The reason why is because if you give them your information, they're never going to call you. 1% chance that they'll call you. But what happens is you give them your blitz card, and then another distributor comes across their path a few months later, and they're like, oh, I have heard about this. And then that person is going, okay, so it's always your job to get their information. So I friended her on Facebook, got her phone number. A couple of days ago, I sent her a text message and I was like, hey girl, I've really just been thinking about you. And when we met a few years ago, your personality just really resonated with me. And I think you're amazing. And I would love to get together with you and share with you a little bit more about what I do. And she was like, I've been watching you on Facebook for the last couple of years. I would love to get together. So today we got together and we had lunch, and she is going to sign up as a loyal customer probably tomorrow. But what did happen at lunch was I blitzed my server. So not only was I in a business meeting with a potential, I was able to talk to my server. And you know what? I went and I'm in my It Works clothes. Like I'm always in my It Works clothes. That's your biggest form of marketing, is not only your shirts, but your mouth. And so how I talk to my servers every time I'm out to eat, I'm always talking to my server, because I used to be a server. So I'll say, how long have you been working here? And they'll tell me. And typically it's not that long. In this case, the girl had been with the company for many, many, many years. And I'm like, so what else have you done? And she's like, I haven't done anything. This is pretty good money. And I just family. And I said, well, you know what? You have a phenomenal personality and you are super friendly and outgoing. I think you would be great at what I do. And she was like, well, you know what? It works, and I've actually tried the wraps before. They really work. I love them. And I was like, have you ever thought about the business? And she said, I have. And so I said, you know what? Let's talk when you get off work. Got her phone number. Didn't friend her on Facebook, just got her phone number. And I said, I will text you my coupon. I not only gave her my Blitz card, but I told her that I would text her an electronic copy so that she won't lose it, because people lose business cards all the time. If you text them an electronic copy, they're going to have it forever. And so I got her number. I texted her while she was standing there to make sure I had the right number. And then when I got in the car, I texted her my coupon. And then I said, let me know what time you're off and I will call you. She texted me as soon as she was off, and I'm off. Can you call me in an hour? I called her and got her signed up as a loyal customer tonight. And I know that January she's going to be a loyal, and as of February, I'm sure she's going to be a distributor, because she's working towards some big weight loss goals and she needs this for her family. And so that's how easy it is to go out and talk to people. And in my mindset, we have something that's so big that can help so many people. If you're out and about and you're not sharing this with everybody that you come in contact with, you're robbing them of an opportunity to have health in their life. You're robbing them of an opportunity to have financial freedom. And you guys, most people that I talk to only need $300 to $500 a month. I have one girlfriend who really wants to join my team right now, and her husband, they need $400 extra per month for her husband to quit his third job. $400. So when you are out and about and you are not talking to people about this opportunity to bring in an extra $500 a month for your family, you're causing a spouse to work an extra job that they don't want to be at. You are robbing them of that opportunity to have that financial freedom and that time with their family. So when you are out and about blitzing, don't be scared. We're all scared, but you have to put their freedom before your own comfort. And I know that when I first got started, I talked to anybody and everybody. It didn't even matter. I was like, I hadn't had any success. I hadn't even tried the wraps. I was like, I just know this is going to work. And I just would talk to everybody. And you know what happened? About the time that I went diamond, I got really scared. Now I've had personal results with the product, so I know that they work. I've had great income with the company, so I know the business works, and I got scared. Why did that happen? Because I got in my own head and I got in my own way. And that happens to every single person, whether it's on day 1 or day 65 or, 2 years into the business, it's going to happen to you and you're going to be afraid, but it's all in your head. So it's your job to take a step back and say, why am I doing this? What's the worst thing that could happen to you? Somebody says, no, that's the worst thing. I've had somebody look at me and say, are you calling me fat? Back in the day before I knew how to blitz, don't do that. Chad taught me better. He was like, instead of saying, would you like to try this, say, do you know anyone who would like to try this? That's a really really, really interesting way that you can change that verbiage. But I've had somebody say that, and that was a huge fear of mine. I'm going to blitz somebody and they're going to think that I'm calling them fat. Well, not if you do it in a personal way. And the way that I go out and I blitz people is I have a conversation with them. I get to know them. I talk to them about what they need, what they like, what they don't like. And then if I have something to offer them, I offer it. And 9 times out of 10, I have something to offer them. So what else? What else, Chad?
That is awesome. So you want to touch on, they've got some conversation going back and forth there. Just touch a little bit on, like with expos, the do's and the don'ts. People are asking, how about like flea markets? Can you do that? Can you do malls? Can you do expos? So just kind of share a little bit about what you can and can't do.
Okay, so bridal events are like the biggest thing you guys can get into. One, they're usually booked out a year in advance, and two, they're very expensive. So if you can find somebody to split that with and actually get in, I would just keep calling, because distributors quit all the time. And when a distributor quits, you guys aren't going to be the ones that quit, right? So when a distributor quits, you're going to snatch up their spot. Okay, so bridal expos are amazing. Really high-end clientele, brides that are actually looking to get some results. You can do wedding showers and bachelorette parties. Super, super fun. You can do all sorts of expos and craft fairs and holiday bazaars. That you do want to stay away from flea markets. We are not allowed to be associated with anything that is considered secondhand. So a flea market, a garage sale, online garage sale sites, mom-to-mom sites, things like that online. We are not allowed to sell our products or be represented there, because we don't want to cheapen the company in any way. So if you just Google, one of my favorite things to do is mom-to-mom sales. When I said mom-to-mom before, I meant mom-to-mom like sale sites on Facebook. Okay, so you can't do like use, buy, sell, trade sites on Facebook, but mom-to-mom sales are great work. I have met some really amazing ladies at mom-to-mom sales, and actually one of my good friends I met at the last mom-to-mom sale that I did. So just know that when you do events, it's not so much a place to make a bunch of cash. You're not going to be selling a lot of wraps unless you live in Alaska, because my sister lives in Alaska and they do events and they will make like $500 in a weekend. But for the rest of us who don't live in Alaska, it's a place to collect leads. What you're going to do is you're going to put a lead box, and it's going to be like a free wrap giveaway, and people are going to enter their information, and you are going to call those people back, and you have a ton of leads. They might tell you they're not interested, but you just hold on to those names and those numbers. And you know what? When somebody gives you their phone number, you can usually find them on Facebook. Send them a friend request on Facebook. You are going to drip on them a little bit at a time every single day, and it might take them a year to come to you, but they will come to you. They always come. They always come. So I love doing events. You can do a setup. My first, I went to the dollar store and I got like a lime green tablecloth, and I like in a couple of months, actually this next month, you can go get a bunch of St. Patrick's Day stuff. You have everything green, you guys. Go to the dollar store and go get a bunch of cheap St. Patrick's Day colored stuff and use that to do your booth. You don't need the fancy, you don't need the fancy It Works tablecloth. You just need a lead box and some wraps on hand and a pretty table setup, and you're good to go.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Noelle, for sharing all that. And you guys will be hearing so much more from Noelle. So now at least here's two amazing people. You can go to their pages and you can learn from them. And I'm always listening closely when Brooke and Noelle have something to say, because they're out there and they're doing it and they're having massive success in this company. So my wife and I found this in the summer of 2012. And again, we were looking to join to make a couple extra $100. Within 8 months, we had quadrupled my 10-year career as an Army officer. So it was interesting at the time. At that point in my life, my whole goal was just to get to where we could make six figures. And we were at about $7,500 a month when I was in the Army. I was going to finally hit six figures in my next promotion in the Army, but God had different plans, and we got involved in this. And within 8 months, it quadrupled my income. And we never did make six figures in our family. We went straight from making less than six figures to multiple six figures. And it's been higher than that ever since. So I want you guys, first of all, to understand that this is a real opportunity that pays big money for those who are willing to go through the process to learn what you need to learn. And first of all, I want to congratulate you guys. Right now we have 144 on here. We had over 500 people, brand new people join in the last 60 days. So you've already done what most people are not willing to do, which is get on this Zoom. So if you keep that mentality, if you always are thinking, what can I do today that I know most people aren't doing to grow their business? And if you're doing that, and if you're growing yourself, and if you're just out there putting yourself out there, sharing this, you don't want to be an undercover secret It Works agent. You want to be an It Works agent that lets everyone know. You want to be the person in your town that they know they need to come to you to get wraps. You want to be the person in your sphere of influence that people come to when they're ready. Everyone's not going to be ready today, but you need people to sign up today, next week, next month, next year. All right. So it's just a matter of time. So the first kind of major goal and challenge I want to put out to all of you is between now and February 11th, right? So that's about 12 days. You all want to sign up 4 brand new customers and at least 1 distributor. Now, I know some of you haven't signed any customers yet, any distributors. That's fine. You can start today. So here's what's possible, though. I know there's a few ladies on here. We have a woman that started on November 30th, and she's already enrolled 19 distributors and 45 loyals. Okay, that's our number 1 new person that's been in less than a few months. So that's kind of like the bar, right? Doing amazing. We have Nicole on here who signed up just last month, 24 customers and 5 distributors. Another girl on here had an incredible testimony with the product. Susan, she's lost, I think 60 or I think it was 70 plus pounds in the last 6 months or so. Very excited and happy, loyal customer, right? So she became a distributor, and because of her story, she signed up, I think, 14 loyals just in January. So there's a few clues in there. One is find out what your favorite products are. Try a product, and if that's not your favorite, and if you don't feel like that's adding massive value to your life, don't keep getting that. Move on and try something else, because I promise you, between the Confianza, which is our anti-stress formula that all of you, I'm sure some of you tried it and it's changed your life, right? Because a lot, especially moms, you take that and it just gives you, it's like you wake up with a whole new level of grace for your children, right? Just because or maybe even for your husband, because you're on Confianza. So that's an incredible product. The greens is life-changing. For me, I haven't been sick in over 4 years, and the only thing that's changed for me was taking the greens. I used to get sick just like most people once or twice every single year. So not that I'm saying it was the greens, but I don't know anything else that changed other than maybe I got out of the Army and I'm much less stressed today, right? I get to sleep in until I'm done sleeping and do some fun things like that. So the core of this, though, is the activity, because you and I know if you guys don't work this and make any money, then you're not going to stick around for very long. So we're not here just to make you a bunch of new friends and stuff. We want you guys to make all the money that you want to make. That's our goal, is to help you do that. So 4 customers and 1 distributor between now and February 11th. And the reason I say that is because I know there's a huge promotion coming on February 11th. I don't know the details. And I know some of you are coming to conference with us in Florida. We've got about 300, I think, on our team that'll be there. If you can't make it to Florida for that weekend, consider getting the pay-per-view. Maybe a few of you go in together in your local area. I think it's $50. And you get to have the whole thing on pay-per-view and watch what happens live. Usually our CEO he'll make an announcement that's so incredible that everyone kind of pauses and looks around because we're worried people might have little heart attacks, right, of the excitement. And then he just drops the mic and walks off, and we go, oh my gosh. And over this last couple years, we've had people go from making a couple hundred a month to 10,000 a month over this next 3-4 months. Because see, this is the best time of the year to be getting started. Because if you think about it, New Year's resolutions started on the 1st, right? So many people right now, they woke up, they said, oh my gosh, it's 2017. Some things have to change. I want to feel better. I want to look better. I want my bank account to look better. So they're wide open right now for all the products that we have and the opportunity that we have. February is an incredible month because people start getting their income tax refunds. So the company is very, very smart about pouring the gasoline on the fire that's already going to be happening. Because over this next week, next 2 weeks, people are going to start having extra money to go ahead and start their health journey, right? Or to pay $99 like you all did to join a business. And when Mark says on February 11th, hey, if you do this, you're going to get this, some of you aren't going to be able to sleep very well. And I mean that in a very amazing way, because you're going to be laying in bed at night, staring at the ceiling going, oh my gosh, considering the possibilities. And again, I'm going to talk to you guys like you're all serious about this business, because honestly, if you just want to make a couple hundred a month and that's it, you really don't need to be on here. Just go sell a few wraps, tell some of your friends, text some people in your phone. You can make a couple $100 easy. But if you want to make a couple thousand and beyond, then you have to really pay attention to what I'm getting ready to go into here and start to understand this. Now, what I love about this is earn while you learn. So if you don't earn a ton of money, if you didn't earn a ton of money in January, everything starts over. We all start back at zero tomorrow morning, everybody. So my wife and I, our volume, I think we did like $350,000 in sales in January or something like that. Tomorrow morning, it's going to say zero. We have all of February to see how high and how far and how big we can go and how many people can promote and how many people can start changing their lives with our products and with our opportunities. So make sure you guys are plugging in. Most of you have been added to probably a Facebook chat. And the reason that we add you to those chats, the primary reason is so when you're messaging with someone and you get stuck, what I mean by stuck is you really don't know what to respond, or maybe you're texting somebody, or maybe you're Facebook messaging somebody and they ask you a question and you don't know the answer. Well, if you know how to screenshot that, you can just drop it in your sponsors. You can text it to your sponsor, put it in a group. There's all kinds of ways where you can get an answer quick, because we want to guide you and coach you through those moments. And there's only maybe 7 or 8 things that the majority of people are going to ask you. And once you've heard us respond the same way over and over and over, and you start to have those notes in your phone, then you'll start to say, oh, it's like math, right? When you first heard what is 2 plus 2, you had to count it out on your fingers. Now you're like, oh, 4. Well, when someone says, how much are the wraps? You just know to say 99 retail or 59 is a loyal customer. Of course, they're going to ask the next question, right? Well, what is a loyal customer? Every answer we give is designed to keep the conversation going. And all we're trying to do is get that person enough information so they can say, yes, I want, or no, I don't want. Okay? And then it be an educated decision. Not my Uncle Claude told me that his sister's nephew's daughter tried a wrap 18 years ago and she said it didn't work. You know, but we want to help you guys get through that kind of thing so that you can get a positive response. And again, everyone's not going to join. It took my father-in-law 4 years to become a loyal customer. So don't expect that all your besties and all your neighbors and all your friends through life are all going to sign up the first day, because a lot of them won't. A lot of them are waiting to see how serious you are about this business. They're waiting to see if this is just a fly-by-night kind of thing, you know, that you're just going to play around with for a few days and then drop it and then move on to whatever's next. So the more they understand you're serious, the more they'll take you seriously. Okay? So by now, most of you should have probably logged onto your eSuite. Probably 90% of the questions you'll ever have, all the answers are in your eSuite. So the document library is going to be your best. It's my best friend. Document library is going to give you, when we talk about charting, it's going to give you your different ranks. You know, first rank's executive, then ruby, then emerald, then diamond. It's going to give you those different charts that you can print off. It's going to give you information on all the products. So I highly recommend you go in there into the document library and just print off the products so that you can put them in a little 3-ring binder. Maybe put a sticky note on each product. So when you're reading about Confianza and it says anti-stress formula, you're immediately going to start thinking, oh, I know so-and-so stressed out. My cousin's stressed out all the time. This person lost their job. I know they're stressed out. And you can just start putting their names right there. And it gives you so much confidence as you go through these products to look right now and go, oh my gosh, I know 20 people right this second that could benefit today and are already looking for what I know we have, and they probably don't even know yet. Because then what you can do is you can contact them and you can say, hey, when you were telling me the other day you're stressed out all the time because of this or that, were you serious or were you kidding around? And they're going to say, I'm serious. You say, oh, okay, well, are you open to look at a product that we have that actually helps people with stress and it's super affordable? Yeah. And it's $25, guys. One of my favorite things about our company is we have a dozen products that are $30 or less. So anybody can afford what we have as long as we build value in what we have, right? You have to show people it's valuable. You know, when my wife and I first started, we wrapped over 50 people our first month. And the reason why was because we were so excited and we understood the value of what we had our hands on. And I already knew that you ladies are going out and spending $100 on your hair, $20 on your nails, $20 on your toes, $40 on your eyelashes, however much on the tan package. So I'm like, hey, these girls want to do it. They'll cough up $25 somehow. Like I know they'll grab it. They'll get it if they feel like it's going to help, right? And if they know it's going to be beneficial. So eSuite. So if you haven't wrapped yet, wrap yourself. Go through the experience yourself. Take a picture. Have your husband or someone take a picture of you. Put the wrap on for 45 minutes. Take it off. Let them take another picture of you. Put them side by side. And a lot of you are going to blow your own minds right there. And just by the excitement of what these products do for you, that is when you're genuinely sharing. Okay. And when you're in a place of genuinely sharing your true, genuine excitement with people, then they're going to get excited too. It's just how it works. Excited people attract excited people. Negative Nellies attract negative Nellies, right? So that's another thing with your Facebook. Make sure your Facebook is it's adding value to people's lives. When they look at it, are they seeing, is it inspiring them? Is it making them smile? Or are they looking at it going, dang, some Jerry Springer going up in here in this page? You see what I'm saying? So make sure it's just positive. Maybe some of you should probably go through it the last couple of weeks. And if you see negative stuff, just delete those. Just reserve your negative talk. I mean, we all need to vent, right, to somebody, but don't vent to the world. Vent to your bestie who's definitely not joining the business. You can go ahead and vent to her, right? But you guys get what I'm saying. So make sure that when someone goes, because that's what people do. If you send a friend request to someone you don't know, they're going to click your name and they're going to say, who is this person? And they're going to give you like 10 seconds and they're going to start scrolling through your stuff. And if they're like, wow, this seems like an exciting kind of person that I'd like to get to know, then they're probably going to click accept, right? Are you the kind of person that when you call someone, they see who it is and they click accept or they click decline? You know what I mean? So, and if you're a person right now and they click decline, well, you can change that today. You can say, you know what, I'm not going to be that way anymore. I'm going to be positive from now. I'm going to wake up and be thankful. And that's some stuff we'll train on here too. So a couple things you might want to pick up is just a planner. It's great to have a planner so that you can finish your day today before you start it tomorrow. When you know what your day looks like, you just stick to the plan, right? Failure to plan is planning to fail. I've never known anyone have a successful business that just wakes up and goes, let's see what today brings. And that's it. You got to have a plan for today, like talking to people and sharing the business. Hundreds list. Another thing that you always want to do is you want to have a list of all the people you already know. And as you're getting to know new people and meeting new people, you're just adding to your list. Okay. And so we call it warm market, cold market. And all that is there's people you already know. So like if you call them, they know who you are. You've worked with them before. You've gone to school with them before. They were your babysitter when you're a little girl, a little kid or whatever. And then there's people that you've never met yet. Well, one of the skills in this business is taking someone you've never met yet and turning them into a friend, turning them into a warm market very quickly. And again, you want to be genuine. I love how Noelle, she loves to compliment people. And you guys know that the average person never gets told by their parents that they're proud of them. They never get told, I'm thankful for you. I appreciate you. They never get complimented. So if you can come into someone's life, and I'm not saying do something to get something. I'm not saying that. I'm saying find genuine reasons to compliment someone, not flattery. Flattery's fake. That's like, ooh, I like your hair. And you don't like their hair. You're just saying it because you're like, I got to compliment something. That's all I can think of. So, ooh, I like your hair, or I love your personality. You would be amazing at what I do. I love how Noelle says that. She's operating from a position of power of you would be amazing at what I do, instead of like, have you ever thought about maybe trying a business and just giving it a shot? And you never know what could happen. And I don't want to bug you tonight because I know you're busy, but you know what I mean? That's not operating from a position of power. And then, again, this is stuff you'll learn as we go. Some people to like and follow. Mark Pentecost is our CEO. He and his wife, Cindy Pentecost, are amazing. Follow them on Facebook so you know what's going on with them. Pam Souter is the first woman who ever rapped back in 2001. She's still traveling the U.S. and all kinds of countries, sharing everything. Follow her. Mike Patillo is the chief sales officer, so follow him. My wife is Jaree, Jaree, last name Kneller, Kneller. Follow her. She's always doing really good posts, and you'll get to know everything about our kids and our little kitten that we just got, and our horse that she's still with right now. There's a few apps for all of you that love technology. We have the It Works app, the It Works Wired app, and the It Works Wrap app. Okay, so those are a few apps that you can download that's just going to plug you in more. You'll start getting you can get set up where you're getting breaking news and text messages and things like that. Calls are great. A lot of you are going to get off this and you're going to be so excited. You're like, yes, I knew I joined the right company. I'm pumped. But if you don't continue to put yourself in front of this information, you can easily get discouraged, okay? Because a lot of the world isn't going to be as excited about you and your success as you are. So every Sunday night is the team, it's the company call. Okay, we call it the family call. Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central. Plug into that. Monday night is Pam Souter doing her Show Me the Money call. That's always incredible. You can plug into that. And then Thursday nights at 8 o'clock Central, we do, my wife and I do our team call. So make sure you plug into that. And all that information you can find in the Black Diamond team page. Okay, there's always stuff happening in there, and check the files in that page. And there's some incredible other Zooms and things that you can watch as you're growing your own knowledge of this company. So the next thing I wrote down here was 4 loyals and 1 distributor. Huge. That's going to be huge. For those of you that do that between now and February 11th, that announcement comes out, you're going to be like, oh, yes, yes. And the ones that don't, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, now I got to get even twice as busy because I'm behind the power curve. Okay, so 4 loyals, 1 distributor between now and then. Compliance. Big thing with compliance. And here's how we look at compliance. There's all kind of the FDA has all kinds of rules and regulations governing what we do. Okay, so for instance, we can't make certain claims because they're medical claims, and we're filed under being a cosmetic product. And so if we start making all these medical claims, then they're going to want to come in and turn us into a pharmaceutical company, and that means our stuff gets way expensive, and that means they can come in and they can change the ingredients and they can have all kinds of stuff that we don't want to do. So we call it protecting the golden goose. So when we're protecting the golden goose, you have to make sure that everything we do is compliant. So as far as before and after pictures, I'm going to focus on that tonight. Before and after pictures, when in doubt, you can do one of 2 things. You can go to the It Works Global Facebook page, and there's hundreds of things there that you can look at. Okay, there's you can copy paste, you can post away with anything that's on there is compliant. If you have a picture and you want to go through compliance, you can email compliance and go through the process of making your photos compliant. And the instructions for that are in the document library. So if you go in document library and just put in before and after photos, it'll give you the step-by-step instructions of how to get your picture to be compliant. Now, if you're texting back and forth with a friend and she says, well, how did it do for you? And you're like, well, look at this. And you send it to her, that's fine. Okay, that's you texting a friend. But you can't go public on Facebook where the whole world can see what you're doing. eSuite training. Okay, again, when you're in your eSuite, which is otherwise known as your back office, there's a training tab there, and you can click on that, and it's going to give you more tips, more information. Okay, I know some of you are going to love reading more and learning more, and that's the best place to do it in your eSuite. Some of you are like, hey, you could have shut up 10 minutes ago and got this thing over with because I got 4 loyals and a distributor sign up tonight, right? So to kind of finish this off tonight, I just want to say I'm really excited for you guys. And it's always one of my favorite parts of this is seeing who comes in the business and who really gives it a real shot, right? Who are the ones that come in and give it your all, and you gotta give it some time too. You know, we always say, give us a year and this business can change your life. Most things that are worth having don't happen in a week or happen in a month, right? It takes time. It takes time to do it. And so through the process, what'll happen is we're going to challenge you. We're going to love on you. We're going to support you. And all you have to do is just be teachable. And this is what you want too. You want to find people that have these 3 ingredients. This is the secret sauce. Like every top person in the company has these 3 things. They're all teachable. They all came in with a humble heart, not a my way or the highway kind of thing, right? So you have to be teachable. You have to be willing to work. And even if, like Brooke said, it's a 30 minutes power hour. You know, I've got this book. It's not in here, but it's called The Power of an Hour, basically, or Power of 30 Minutes. And the whole idea is that you put all distractions aside and you focus on what we call income producing activities, the things that actually convert into you signing customers and signing distributors. When you focus on those things for 30 minutes at a time, at least a couple times a day, then you're going to start to see the customers join, the distributors join, and you're going to learn everything along the way in the act of doing that. Okay, we all started from just us. You join, it's just us. On July 28th, when my wife signed up, it was just her. I think I joined her like the next day. So I was like, this is awesome, right? And then you have another person. Then you have another person. And then what happens is you get your first check and you're like, I don't even understand how I got paid, but I like it, right? And then you get your first person who joins your team and you help them fast start qualified. You get a $100 bonus on a Friday and you're like, wow, I could get used to getting $100 bonuses every Friday, or maybe 200 or 300 or 500. People like Brooke sometimes get $1,000 bonus on a Friday, right? So, and then you say, oh, my new distributor signed some customers up, and I just found out I get paid from their customers too. And then your mind just goes, because you start thinking about how you can earn money just by pouring on into people and helping people. And as they grow, they help people. And as they grow, they help people. And this thing can just get out of hand in a positive way. You know, we get paid residual income here. We all of you have paid residual income since you moved out of your parents' home, right? You had electric bill, phone bill. You just pay. AT&T's not calling you every month, or Verizon saying, hey, Alyssa, everything go good last month with your service? You just keep paying and paying and paying. They just keep taking the money. Well, how about being on the receiving end of that? How about setting people up with some life-changing products? Did you guys know you get paid on those over and over forever? For as many years as they order those products, you get a 15% commission on all your personal customers forever. And then when your distributors that you recruit, or any distributors that are frontline to you, when they sign customers up, you get a 10% commission every single time, every single customer, every single month. That's how you can grow. That's how my wife and I earned $1 million in 3 years with this company, because we just understood the power of residual income and the power of leverage. And I'm not saying that to impress you. I just want to impress upon you guys the power of this, because I remember my first big meeting I was at, there was a guy in the middle of the front of the room, Blair McFarland, right? And he said, look at these ambassadors get about $33,000 a month on average. And he's like, some of us make triple that some months. And at the end I said, did you get that math right? I was like, 33 times 3, that's about 100,000 a month. And he's like, yeah, we've had months of that much. And I was like, if this dude who's human, I shook his hand, you know, he seemed human to me. I was like, if this dude can figure out how to make 100,000 a month with this company, surely I'm 1/10 as cool as him, right? 1/10, maybe 2/10. And I was like, we're going to figure this out. And then I was in front of this other lady, and she's in all of our upline too, Tina Hatcliffe. And I'm like, that girl's so country. And I'm like, she's all over the grid. She had us like snorting greens out of her hand, basically. I mean, she said, you eat it like a pixie stick. Just lick your finger and stick it in there and just eat it that way. And I was like, man, this is weird. But at the end I said, what's your best month? She said 27,000. I was like, how do I do that pixie stick thing again? Because I'm going to start doing that. Because if that gets me 27,000, I'll lick these greens. I'll snort them, you know, whatever it takes, right? So it was a really cool to just meet these people that are normal. And there's some really young. Obviously, you met Brooke today. There's people that are 21 that are ambassadors in the company that had $30,000 months. I mean, there's people that are older and younger and bigger and smaller and every shape, size, and color and background. And so, I mean, you guys are pretty good looking compared to some of the leaders I've met in this company, right? So you only have to be good looking to be, I mean, look at me. I'm not like, you know, maybe when I was younger, I was more GQ, but not anymore. But it doesn't matter. All that matters is you're teachable, you're willing to work, and you have a burning desire just have more for your life. We call it the why. You know, we say you have to have a why that makes you cry, and I'll kind of finish off with this. But I was at a point, maybe some of you were there, where I was just frustrated with life. You know, I was the one that was like about to have a heart attack on Mondays because I was like, man, I just went through a Monday 7 days ago. There's another one here again. Like, I got to go through this every single week for how long? Like 52 Mondays a year? I'm like, this sucks. And then Tuesday, I was like, okay, not quite as bad. And Wednesday, I'm like, I'm starting to see the light at the tunnel. Any of you guys relate to that? And I'm just like frustrated with life in general. And man, I just knew there was more out there. I was one of those. I was like, I just knew that there had to be another way. There had to be a better way. And I'd done these companies. I mean, I did 4 other companies like this with no success, but It Works has all that special X factors. We have products that are affordable. We have a comp plan that pays better than any other comp plan I've ever seen in my life. We've got a CEO that just loves people, and he wants to pour out income and finances onto us as much as possible. And we just have a phenomenal corporate team that has our backs. So literally, it's like the perfect storm we have going on right now. And with only 170,000 distributors, you guys know we're going to have 4 or 5 million distributors in the next 10 years or so with It Works. So the question is, out of all the people you know, are you going to be the one that reaches out and signs them up? Or are you going to let someone else reach out and sign them up? Either way, someone's going to tell them about it. and they're going to get started. I've had so many friends that I was nervous to talk to them, and then someone else talked to them and they got involved in It Works. And I was like, I was supposed to talk to them. I wish I would have, and I didn't. So understand at the beginning of anything, you're your highest level of anxiety, your lowest level of confidence. But as you go out there and as you continue to do the things that most people won't do, you'll continue to get things that most people won't get. And you'll have all of us backing you the whole way. Any one of you can Facebook message me anytime. Within a day, at least, I'll get back with you. Okay. Sometimes a lot quicker. You have a team. If you go into Organizational Explorer in your eSuite, you can scroll down and you'll see all these names. All those names right there are motivated to help you succeed. So if you feel like you're not getting what you want from your direct sponsor who brought you in the business, go log on to Organizational Explorer and there'll be 4 or 5 names right there, at least one. There might be 4 or 5 for some of you. Make sure you know who they are, get to know them, because they all benefit by you succeeding. So they all want to help you succeed. And I want to help you succeed just because I love people. Okay? So anyway, I went over the 30 minutes that I was planning on doing, but hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of this. It was recorded, so we can get back onto this. But all I can say is stay close to the campfire. The campfire is our calls. The campfire is the one team, one missions. Two more websites here that I want you to know is events.itworks.com. That's how you find out when the next event near you is happening, right? And then productscoach.itworks.com. That's going to help you with some of the hard product questions. You can go there and click and read through that. So love you guys. Take care and have a blessed evening. We'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.